Saturday Night Live at the Happy Man Tree. We are having a little gathering, just putting the finishing touches. We're going to be having some live music and live performances. We are celebrating getting over 20,000 signatures on our petition to save the Happy Man Tree. I think we're actually currently at 21,062, and we are about to have some live performances from the platform. Lots of the local community have come out to join. Our favourite local resident, Sylvie, who is an absolute gem, has got the best seat in the house, and quite right too. These are some of the team members and the activists who've been guarding the tree 24/7 for about the last 4 weeks. And we are so nearly ready to start. So that was our first performance of the evening. I think we've got some more coming. For those of you who don't know, the Happy Man tree is a 150-year-old plane tree on the Woodbury Down estate that is currently under threat of being cut down by Berkeley Homes and Hackney Council. And the local community and a group of activists have come together to try and protect it from being cut down. There are so many people who love this tree, 21,000 of them in fact so far, and all of these members of the local community who've come out this evening to celebrate the fact that we've got so much public support to try and save it. So if you would like to sign the petition, it's still online, campaigning to ask Hackney Council and Berkeley Council to change their plans so that the tree can be left standing where it is. Plane trees like this have an enormous carbon capture. They do so much to clean the air and the local environment. A lot of new developers, they say that they plant new trees to replace the trees that they cut down, but if you think about the fact that it takes 150 years for a tree to grow to this size, then really the saplings that they plant, it's going to take them about 150 years before they could even think about replacing something like this. This tree has been standing here since before we even had cars, and it has survived the urban expansion of London. It's survived all of these roads and things being built, and it's just absolutely tragic to think now that it would be cut down to make way for yet more of these kind of very fancy flats, which are part of Berkeley Homes' redevelopment of the local area, and which are driving the local community, people who've been here their whole lives, out of the area. One of the most brilliant things about hanging out here at the tree has been all of the local people stopping by, their stories about the tree, their stories about the area and about their lives. People here really love the nature in the area. A few years ago, the Woodbury wetlands was going to be, and the reservoirs there were going to be filled in so that the area could be redeveloped, and the local residents campaigned to protect the wetlands, and as a result the wetlands were in fact saved. And now of course it is the wetlands that these local residents campaign to save that make the area so desirable to developers, and as a result we've ended up with the area being changed irrevocably, and all of these enormous blocks of very shiny, fancy flats which are inaffordable to the people who've lived here their whole lives and their families. This tree has been on maps since 1870. I think it was the first time it was recorded on a map. And so the Berkeley Homes knew it was here when they were drawing up their plans, but they just saw it as something that could be razed to the ground to make way for whatever they wanted to put here instead. And people and developers, when they're drawing up these plans, they need to start seeing the trees that are on the maps. They need to start seeing the nature and working with the local nature and working with the local communities in order to build more sustainably and listening to the communities that they're part of. Like, there are so many people who are here today.
Hello. I think that definitely wins the award for the most unusual entrance to a concert stage I've ever done. I'm just going to get my breath back by talking. My name's Lydia, and I'm the 4th generation of my family to live in Woodbury Down. I've always been very proud of my family's involvement in the Save the Reservoirs campaign, which is now Woodbury Wetlands. And I'm going to start with 3 short pieces which are inspired by trees and by plants from about 400 years ago. The first is a tune that was quite popular, a folk tune, The Leaves Be Green. The second is a Dutch tune about Under the Green Linden Tree. And the last is the honeysuckle. And as is sort of traditional from that music from that era, I'm going to run it straight together on the recorder.
of them. There's 2 on the floor, 3 in the marshal.
Last night I saw somebody posted a lovely video of swifts looking up through the trees, through the branches of the Happy Man tree. And it reminded me of a piece of music which is called the English Nightingale. And I thought, what better place to play it than up a tree? Music at the Happy Man tree. The first person that sort of sprung to mind was a composer that was around about 400 years ago called Jacob van Eyck. And he had 2 jobs. One was to keep the bells in a cathedral in Holland in tune, which is actually a job I sort of identifying with a bit more up at this height. But the other was at the weekend he would perform in the garden, so he played the organ. And the local people in the town would come and appreciate their green space, accompanied by the sound of a recorder player. And he'd perform kind of popular tunes of the day, and he'd add variations and develop them. And one of the things that makes him particularly exceptional was that he was so these variations were improvised. And thankfully somebody recognised that they were significant and wrote them down. So we've now got this huge collection of music by Van Eyck. And I'm going to play one of those pieces, which is called Doe and Daphne, just to finish before we light up the Happy Man tree.
you can see, there's been a pretty impressive turnout from the local community. There's a lot of people who love this tree very, very much and would be really devastated to see it cut down. Trees hold so many stories of our lives. And just the busyness of all of London's green spaces during this lockdown time shows that even people who live in the largest, busiest city in the UK still in our bones feel a really deep connection to nature and green spaces.
Thank you, Happy Man Tree.
And that concludes this evening's broadcast from the Happy Man Tree. Thank you so much if you tuned in. If you'd like to find out more about this incredible tree and what we're doing to protect it, we have a website, www.thehappymantree.org. There is a petition, change.org/save the Happy Man Tree. We would really appreciate your support. Thank you so much from all of us over here. Just gonna cross the road so you can see the Happy Man Tree in all its glory. Good night from us at the Happy Man Tree. Have a beautiful evening.